welcome to Coastal Living. We have made it to yet another weekend as our new month quickly approaches, but we've got a lot to talk about. So you're kind of coming close to the ending of the Bollard Buddies in Port Aransas. If you want to check those out, we've got the details on where to find them and what to expect. And speaking of beaches, we are looking forward to our hot summer. In the meantime, we got cool, we got hot, one day to the next. But our buddy Jace Tunnell is going to take us beach combing, and our friends are going to take us on a little fishing report to know what to expect if you plan to hit the water this weekend as well. So thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living.
Jace Tunnell here. Today we're talking peanut worms washing in. Yeah, we had some cold weather, and unfortunately a lot of these worms that live down in the sediment just got too cold and ended up washing up. But they do have an interesting story with them, so I thought maybe I would be able to tell you about them. So these are marine, it's unsegmented worm. They can live in the sand, or they can live down in the mud in shallow or really deep oceans. They live all over the world. There's over 160 species, and not a lot is known about these worms. Now I got a handful of them here. Normally you're going to find one or two if you find any at all. So to be able to find this many really tells you that it was some cold weather. Now they're named peanut worm because whenever you mess with them and they're alive, they shrink up and they kind of have a look of a peanut, and so kind of the base of it kind of big, and then same with where the mouth would be. And so I'll take one of these out and be able to show you here the difference between the mouth, the back end of it. So the back end is kind of this bulb looking side of it here, and then the mouth of it would be at this end, and it's introvert. So what happens is, like, if it was alive, and I don't think this one's alive because it's not moving around, but if I would come up and touch it, it would introvert down inside of there, and then it can come out as well, so when it's feeding. So this, many times what you'll find is like this part will be down in the mud or in the sand because there is no protection, like there is no shell or anything with them. So if a sea turtle or any kind of animal comes along, real easy to eat. So they want to protect themselves by being down in the sediment, and so this part would be down in the sediment, and then they could come out, kind of move the introverted part of their mouth around. And so some of them have tentacles at the end, some of them have hooks at the end where their mouth is for feeding. Many of these, and I don't know the specific species of this one, but they're simple bodies. So many of these, they can take sand in, and they take the nutrients and stuff out of that. Some of them that have tentacles maybe can feed on particles that way with their tentacles. They don't have a circulatory system or a respiratory system. All that's taken care of with the fluids that are in their body that do those processes for them. Now, one of the interesting things they have here is, and I'm not going to be able to find it, but whenever you look at the body, so you have the back end, you have the mouth, and normally you would think, okay, the anus would be down here, and that's how they would excrete the material that they don't use. But actually, it's more about in the middle of their body, and that's because whenever they're down in their hole, maybe their anus can be up, out, and excrete, so it's not going down in their hole. Now, one thing I know y'all are asking about, y'all are like, hey, those look delicious. Can we eat them? The answer is yes, you can eat these. And there are a lot of places, China, Vietnam, they cook these things. And so they cut them open, they take out the insides, and then you're left with this fleshy material. And there's a couple of ways that they eat it. You can saute it and cook it, boil it, cook it with vegetables. Other ways that they do it is they dry it out, and then they crush it up, and then they put it on some of their other foods to give it the seafood flavor. And maybe I'll throw some pictures up there for you so you'll be able to check it out. But so that's it. We do have some big old worms around here. Pretty cool to be able to see these. I guess that's it for this episode of Beachcombing. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
name is Miss Kelly Black, and this is the fishing line with
Nick Meyer, Breakaway Tackle. I was just looking at the weather and how cold it is at the minute. Tell me what's going on.
that weather is going to switch. So that north wind is going to switch to start coming from the south, which is going to make the temperature rise. So we're looking at a very nice weekend coming ahead.
Sunday's looking really good. You're going to have temperatures in the 70s. Wave height's supposed to be about 4 foot, and the current will be running from the south to the north, which brings our target fishing close. Now, you're doing the fish bites. Have you got the new mullet flavour at HEB yet?
Not yet, but it is on its way.
I know, I've got some coming in next week, and everyone's just buy. They love
and you
it.
were saying that there was a big pompano caught this week,
big
so those
pompano.
are still in the area, which is awesome.
And I heard reds were caught on the National Seashore yesterday. They picked some up. Today is windy, it's cold, it's not really what you want, and we have got a weed event on the beach. Not much, but there is Sargasso weed. Okay, if you're putting rods out, you need to keep the tips high because it's mainly washing along the first gut.
Okay.
Got a 4-tide day this week, both days, Saturday and Sunday. But it's a good one, as Kelly said. So
Yeah,
get out there and
absolutely.
enjoy it.
Yeah, and also this weekend, happening in Houston, if you feel like taking a road trip, is the Houston Fishing Show, where you can see our very own Nick
I'll be doing a
presenting.
seminar on Friday at 3 o'clock. I'd love to see anyone who can attend, of course.
Yeah, so what all is your seminar going to be on?
Mine's on long distance fishing. That's
Long
where
distance?
you put stuff at a long distance.
You are the pro.
That's it. That's what they say. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. You have a great weekend.
Y'all have a great weekend.
Attention, attention, Port Aransas has been yarn bombed. An unexpected surprise that's bringing big smiles to this coastal town. Well, pretty expected, as we do look forward to this every year, but it may catch you by surprise. Now, as you stroll or drive along the beach, you may spot this cheerful collection and little bundles of joy out by our coastline. These charming characters are perched atop all the bollards, and they're also known as bollard buddies. Each bollard buddy is handcrafted with love and yarn, bringing bursts of color and warmth to our beautiful coastline. Whether they're smiling at you or sporting fun hats, these whimsical friends will brighten the day of anyone who passes by. The kids are sure to love the bollard buddies. There is another reason that Port Aransas stands out. It is a place where creativity meets community and the simple joys that make it a special spot to visit year after year. Next time you're in Port Aransas, keep an eye out and don't forget to say hello to the bollard buddies. If you're interested in participating and you would like to create your very own bollard buddy, be sure to visit the Port Aransas website for more information on how you can participate. These little bollard buddies are sure to bring a smile to anyone's face, so make the short trip out to Port Aransas to go sightseeing. And don't forget to stop by Horace Caldwell Pier in Port Aransas to check out the bollard buddies, grab some selfies, and enjoy the breathtaking views. It may be a little chilly outside, but that's no reason to stay home. Get out and have some fun with all the great things happening around the bend. Starting all weekend long at the American Bank Center, it is the 26th annual Home and Garden Show. Everything you can think of. They've got hot tubs, decor, nice little snacks, homemade seasonings, and so much more. So stop by and enjoy that. Plus, Gulf Coast Humane Society is having an adoption event with waived adoption fees. So you might be going home with some interior decor and a puppy, for all we know. You can also enjoy Aurora Arts Theater. They're celebrating their 15th anniversary with the return of the West Side Story, a classic, unforgettable musical with a powerful narrative, remaining one of the most groundbreaking and emotionally charged musical dramas of our time. A great opportunity to get out for a date night, and that show is going to be running through March 1st. If you're in the Robstown area, the Richard M. Borchard Fairgrounds is having the Peddler Show all weekend long as well. So you can actually do both. Go to the Home and Garden Show and then head out to the Peddler Show. You're going to get all the things crossed off your list. Now, this is going to be an unforgettable experience. Everything you could be looking for if you're trying to revamp your space. You are going to be set up for success. Another fantastic event out there in Robstown. Now, families should always be looking for opportunities to bond, and our friends at the Garcia Arts and Education Center are doing just that, creating a family night out from 6 to 8 p.m. tonight designed to foster open communication and improve relationships among family members. Plus, a meal is provided. So this is going to be really great. Give them a call so you can reserve your spot. Saturday at the American Bank Center, it is the 10th annual Teen Book Fest by the Bay, so grab your little bookworms. This is for teens and adult young readers. It will be an epic teen book fest on the 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Admission is free, and you can meet all your favorite authors and illustrators. There will be hands-on workshops to spark your creativity. You can even swap books and discover new favorites. Plus, you can shop cool bookish merch and treats. At West Guth Skate Park, Saturday from 1 to 4, Corpus Christi Parks and Rec invites skateboarders and fans to the West Guth Skate Games. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. over at the skate park at 9720 Up River Road. Entry and admission are free. Registration can happen on site, and the top 2 winners per age group will receive prizes. So mom, dad, if you're watching, grab your little skaters and take them out for this really great event. So much going on this weekend. Get out there, have some fun. Tag us in your photos at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. Returning to Salina Auditorium, the breathtakingly beautiful Shen Yun Show. This magical show takes you and friends on a magical journey, discovering new hope for the future. This show is as inspiring as it is exciting, powerful, uplifting, heartwarming, and unforgettable. Featuring classical Chinese dance, dynamic animated backdrops, and all original orchestral works, Shen Yun opens a portal to a civilization of enchanting beauty and enlightening wisdom. You can win a family 4-pack to see this incredible show February 25th at Salina Auditorium. All you have to do is email us at info@coastallivingtv.com. Please be sure to include your name and number so we know who to call when you win. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, we're going to talk about the importance of donating blood. One donation can save up to 3 lives, and I mean, talk about being a hero, am I right? So we're going to visit with our friends from the Coastal Bend Blood Center. We have a delicious recipe from Mr. Food and so much more. We'll be back on Coastal Living. Free Girl Scout cookies. All right, now that I have your attention, we have a familiar face here in studio, Miss Ashley with the Coastal Bend Blood Center. And yes, you can get free Girl Scout cookies, but first, we're going to talk about why you should be passionate about donating blood all year long, even when there's not an incentive like cookies, right?
That's
a huge need constantly in the community.
That's right. The need for blood is constant. Unfortunately, it never declines, but blood donations do. So this is why it's extremely important that we bring that constant awareness and that we're on Coastal Living and that, you know, we're just trying to make sure that our community residents don't forget about this extremely important part of our community, which is giving blood, giving life. So right now, as you mentioned, yes, everybody who donates from February 14th through February 28th will receive a free box of Girl Scout cookies. Now, and if your choice, so any of these.
What's your favorite flavor?
Mine is this one. That's why I'm holding on to it tightly.
I started off with Thin Mints, but I have started to lean into these lemonades. Yes, they're very good.
Those
and
are
then
good.
the Samoas, I think, are the other ones I like. But everybody's got their flavor, right? So, and it's a great treat too, because you go and you donate, and afterwards, of course, we want you to like get your sugars back and have a little snack. So why not snack on some Girl Scout cookies,
get a good hearty meal and then add this little as your dessert, right? So it's like perfect, a win-win. But yes, so everybody will receive this, a Fishing for Donors t-shirt, and of course some other goodies. We always have something going on, and we always try to give back and make it fun and exciting, and, you know, we try our best. But at the end of the day, it's really about coming together to save lives, which we need. And there's another holiday that's coming up, which is spring break. So we know what's to come. So it's really just about getting, you know, ahead of it and making sure that we have that adequate amount of blood supply on our shelves at all times, and then afterwards, of course, replenishing it. It's just, it's a constant thing. It's, you know, it's a daily battle, honestly, but again, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without our community residents.
Yes, it takes a village, and this is one of those things that, yes, unfortunate things happen, and you never know when it's going to be your loved one that's in need of a blood transfusion or even some platelets. What's the difference between donating blood and platelets? I know there's a constant need for that too, right?
Yes, right now we are in great need of platelets always, and I know we don't talk too much about that. It's really about whole blood. I mean, but honestly, we need all blood. Donations, all donations every single day. So the difference is that you can donate whole blood every 56 days and platelets every 2 weeks, which is great. So we can, but platelets is only good for 7 days. So this is why you're able to donate more. So this is something that, again, is just very much in need right now. And we have, we have so much going on with platelets right now, and you can find all that information on our website, coastalbendbloodcenter.org. We have a lot of fun incentives for our platelet donors, on top of which you would get
Already with the regular
donation.
Can you do
correct.
both at the same time?
You cannot.
Okay,
No, it's
so
one or
the
another.
other. Yeah, you don't want to leave there too drained.
Right, exactly. We don't want you to do that.
Yeah, but again, you get hooked up with freebies and coupons and all kinds of cool stuff. And truly, this is something that you want to make a part of your lifestyle.
Yes.
And I know there are so many people that do, and they're like on the clock. Hey, I got the call. It's time to go back and donate, because you never know who you could be saving, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
It doesn't.
You're making all this blood anyway. Why not share it with the world, right?
I love that. Yes, why not share it? Yeah.
Yes,
Sharing
absolutely.
is caring. Yes.
Very good. So between now and then, we can schedule an appointment online. We can just drop into the Coastal Bend Blood Center, and if we see one of those big old buses, just pop in.
Yes, walk-ins are always welcome.
Good, and they've really streamlined the process of getting everything registered and all of that too.
Yes.
So it's a little faster than it used to be if you've donated in the past.
Yes, we have our Donor Quick Pass that we just launched, and that is helping save tons of time. So you already have it, you just walk in and you're ready to donate.
I love it. All right, so if you have it in your heart, call and schedule your appointment. Show up at the Coastal Bend Blood Center. Grab a pack of your free Girl Scout cookies from now until February 28th. Thank you so much for
Thank you very much.
This isn't the fight!
The fight in Nickel Boys is against a brutal reform school in the Jim Crow South.
See, the problem is, you didn't know how it works.
Writer-director Ramel Ross adapted Colson Whitehead's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel inspired by a notoriously abusive institution.
I think everyone came into the project with like deep trust in what I wanted to do, and giving themselves leeway to make mistakes, because most of the things that we did were untraditional.
That included telling and showing the story from the point of view of the two main characters. To do that, the actors wore special camera rigs as they moved through their scenes.
You're sharing deeply a person's subjective encounter with the world.
I let you down.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Hell, I let you down.
No.
Ross says the recognition he's receiving reflects the work of the researcher who uncovered the scope of the cruelty at the school and Whitehead's subsequent book.
And I imagine someone will be inspired by what we've done. Like, it's an ongoing conversation of makers across time who are interested in things that push back against the erasure of history.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Like many businesses and industries, Nike too is in a slump. Sales are down, so is stock value, so we're getting a little desperate. The company is partnering with Kim Kardashian for a new brand called Nike Skims. The collection is based on her popular shapewear line and will focus on female athletes. I'm here for that. The move is a first for Nike. They have not partnered with an outside company before to create a new brand. So this is something new and fresh. We're always looking to evolve and kind of get with the times, right? It usually relies on acquisitions or apparel endorsements with popular athletes like Michael Jordan. I'm sure you're all familiar. The new brand is going to help Nike in the activewear category as it looks to compete against companies like Lululemon. Are we going to transition, y'all? The brand will roll out in the U.S. this spring online and at select retail locations, so keep your eyes out. The global launch is planned in 2026, which is like tomorrow. So get ready for that. And what are your thoughts? I'm curious. Let us know online at Coastal Living TV.
Backwoods country cooking is very in these days, and it proves that the most basic down-home recipes, the ones many of us grew up on, are still what we're looking for, because they're easy to throw together, they're budget-friendly, and the leftovers are just as good as the original. Well, let's take a look at what we can do with a few basics. We cook some pasta according to the package directions, and we drain it. Now, we're using elbows, but egg noodles or spirals work just as well. Now, while the pasta drains, we brown some ground beef with a few seasonings, a chopped onion, and a green pepper. Now, once that's cooked, we toss that mixture into the same pot along with a couple cans of tomato soup, a can of creamed corn, and a generous amount of cheese. Now we add the cooked pasta, give it a good mix, and into a casserole dish it goes. And that's it. And the greatest thing about this is that you can freeze it before baking it, so you have a simple make-ahead dish that's ready whenever you are. Either way, you bake it off for 45 minutes or so, and you're done. And when you serve this cheesy, beefy baked casserole, get ready for easy country cooking that'll have everyone running to the table. Yep, the recipe for Hillbilly Pasta Bake is online now, so you can whip up an all-in-one casserole in a laid-back style. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for an easier way to say, ooh, it's so good.
Just a few more minutes to the end of your workday if you happen to be watching us at work, but otherwise we want you to have a fun and safe weekend. Lots of great things to do, so get out of your comfort zone and just dress nice and cozy. You can go out and have some fun. Take lots of photos, because every Monday on our Facebook page at Coastal Living TV, we ask to see those photos, and they might just be featured on the show throughout that week. You can see all your favorite segments and commercial-free full episodes on our YouTube channel at Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi. And if you or someone you know wants to be featured on the show, find us online or email us at info@Coastal Living TV. Coastal Living everything. That's how it should be. You'll have a fun and safe weekend. Thank you for watching. We'll see you then.